Alright guys, so in this week's educational drop, I will be going over the topic of active recovery. The two things that I will be answering in this one is what is it? And then following that, I will answer how to utilize it in your training. So first going over the what is it. So active recovery is going to be any activity done with light to medium intensity. So any activity is exactly how it sounds. It doesn't necessarily have to be weight training, running specific, yoga or stretching specific. It can be any activity that you enjoy that you would adhere to at this intensity. This is the most important part, this light to medium intensity. The way you're going to utilize this is program something or get programmed something that is something you adhere to. And there are many different ways to go about active recovery. It can be something as, you can go with the family on a trail hike, make that 30-45 minutes, and between those hills and between those valleys that you're walking on, you're probably going to end up huffing and puffing a little bit and getting into that medium intensity range, which is about what we're looking for. You can also do active recovery days with weight training that will not affect your future workouts negatively. You just have to do it correctly. So when it comes to weight training, what I like to use, so weight training, I like to use an RPE scale. So weight training, use RPE scale. And the one I prefer to use is the 1 through 10. Now, if our goal is to stay within the light to medium intensity, you are most likely going to be staying within this range. I'm going 3 to 6. 3 would be at the top, at the light end, 6 being around that medium-ish end. So the reason I like to use that RPE scale is because it goes off of rate of perceived exertion. So basically that's saying how I feel off the day is what I will be training. And most of the time how I program this is the exercise followed by an RPE with a range. So for example, I would do a strict press 3x6 at an RPE, anywhere between 3 to 4. That would be on the light. Then we do another exercise, I bump it up 4 to 5. And then I would do the last exercise and keep it at that medium intensity. That's my favorite way to go about it. It fluctuates throughout the workout, it undulates, so that way I'm not being stuck at too light, too heavy, or medium. It fluctuates throughout the workout. Now, say you're not a big fan of weight training, you already do it 3 times a week, you don't want to add in an active recovery day that includes more weight training. Say you want to do more cardio-based activity. Cardio-based activity, you have quite a few different options you can go through. You can go through a more slow-paced, long-duration cardio-based active recovery day, like a fast-paced walk, a slow jog, walking in on a trail, or you can do short duration at a little bit higher intensity. So for example, say somebody would prefer to go on a hike. Well, that hike can be 20 to 45 minutes. And that puts them anywhere between, depending on the kind of hike, what trail they're walking on, that can be anywhere between light to medium. That's perfect. But say somebody's short on time and they still want to get an active recovery day and they don't want to dedicate 20 to 45 minutes of it, what you can do is kind of like a high intensity interval training, kind of like that. It would be, for example, my favorite one is the 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off for time. One of my personal favorites is to actually do it on the bike. So the 20 seconds on would be maximal effort for 20 seconds, everything I got. Then instead of just hopping off the bike and standing there, I'll actually go 20 seconds slow. That's one of my favorite active recovery things to do. And I'll keep this very short, like we're talking short in like 10 minutes. That is enough that it elevates my heart rate, but not so long that the very next day I'm feeling exhausted from the workout. So that's why that light and to medium intensity, some people can get that a little confused and think that they have to always keep it very easy. It doesn't necessarily have to be easy. You can go a little bit harder, but at that point we have to look at duration of time of the workout, because once I get into this 20 to 45 minute range of a high intensity workout, it's actually going to have the reverse effect where it's no longer active recovery. Because my heart rate is so elevated, it ends up turning into an actual workout for the day, which is going to have opposite effects from the active recovery. There's different ways to utilize active recoveries in your training. And again, the one I recommend to people is something you would adhere to the most. Well, that is everything I have for today's educational drop. Make sure to like, comment, and follow, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks, guys.